Hey guys, FirstinWeather here, back at it again. It is April 5th, 2018, and it just seems like winter just doesn't want to end. It's officially spring, but I'm here right now talking about the potential for snow. Yes, you heard me right, snow in April for portions of Virginia and northern North Carolina. So there's a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. So this is the GFS model, the 18Z run, and let's just take it through. So this is early morning Saturday around 1 a.m. You have this low pressure system developing right around you have that developing right around here. Very fast movers and stuff like this, right? You have the back side of the precipitation shield is snow, because you have that Arctic cold front coming in, very cold air for this time of year. If this was January or February, this would be record-breaking cold, just unbelievable stuff for this time of year. But now, since it's April, you have the higher sun angle. It causes the temperatures to moderate a lot, but it's still very impressive, seeing how cold it is. And so that cold front, it's going to be marching down, and what's essential is to see how far this cold front drops down and whether there will be cold air in place. I cannot say this enough. If this was January, this would be a monster snowstorm for portions of central Virginia, but this has just been a winter of missed opportunities. For example, in storms that we have the cold temperatures, we don't have the moisture. In storms that we have the moisture, we don't have the cold temperatures. So just a bit of an unlucky winter season. Even though we have gotten a good snowfall for Richmond, it could have been a lot worse. If we had the moisture and the temperatures at the right time, we could have seen a record-breaking winter in terms of snowfall. Fortunately, depends on the way you see it, that didn't happen this year. But anyways, let's get back to topic. So this is the GFS again, and then this is 60 Saturday. So early morning Saturday, we have that low pressure system developing. Then as we head into 12Z, you got mostly rain for Richmond and points south and east and west, and you have the beginning of the transition zone right here. Alright, and then behind that you have snow in DC. Originally, it was looking like DC would be getting the brunt of this system with the most precipitation and also colder air, but now it's looking like DC will be on the back side and very northern fringe of the precipitation. So it's looking like the area that will see the most precipitation will be right around here, not here like previously thought. And that has big implications for the system. So then if we take this through into 18Z, we finally see some of that cold air starting to filter in. We get that changeover, but let's look at the surface temperatures. 33. And then if we go to late Saturday night, 35. That's not going to give a good snowfall, especially at this time of year with that high sun angle. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, but you're not going to get accumulating snow on anything except maybe the grass and elevated surfaces when you have these type of temperatures. I mean, it's just not going to happen. And then finally, early Sunday morning, we finally get below freezing. Look at that. By the time that happens, the precipitation is already out of here. It's already in southeastern Virginia, and the low is departing, and we're basically done. So originally, this was looking like it could be a pretty good storm, but again, like I mentioned in the previous video, the chance of that happening was very low, and historically, it's just not possible to. It's just not likely to get these type of snowstorms this late in the year. And that's part of what's happening. I mean, you have the high sun angle, you have the cold front coming in slower, you have the cold air advancing in much slower than anticipated. Not much slower than anticipated. Excuse me. The cold front's still coming through. It's just that the models have basically overestimated the extent of the cold air. So if we look at the temperatures, let's see. So if we go to right here, 18Z Saturday in the 18Z run for Thursday, 33, right? Previous run 31, before that 31, before that 28. So you've seen this warming trend. The cold front is still right here. The cold front is not slowing down, but what's happening is the models overestimated the extent of the cold air behind that cold front, and it's looking like we're trending warmer, and that's basically very bad news if you're a snow lover. I know people in DC were really hoping this could be a good snowstorm. I know you guys have had a massively bad winter. I mean, talk about bad luck. You guys had a massive snow hole. I mean, while we saw about 15 inches of snow this year in Richmond, more like 12, you guys have seen almost nothing. You guys have been in the snow hole, and this looked like it could be the system that finally gave you a good snow, but it's just not looking like that anymore. And if we go to precipitation again, so a quick summary: 60, the rain starts coming in around midnight Saturday. Then 12Z early morning Saturday, you have the snow back in DC, rain here, and then by 18Z the precipitation's out of DC, changing over to snow in Richmond. Temperature is above freezing. Excuse me. Then late Saturday night or Saturday evening, snow in Richmond. I wouldn't be surprised if this would be mixing with sleet, freezing rain in pockets, and sleet. Excuse me, I already said that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of mixing going on, because the temperature profiles are not going to be ideal, especially at the surface. You're going to have temperatures at 33, 34, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a mixed bag, and that would severely limit snowfall totals. And by then, 60 Sunday, it's out of here. And I think that this model is a little too slow on the precipitation leaving, but you get it basically. Precipitation comes in as rain, changes over to snow, while temperatures are above freezing, very marginal, and then it departs before temperatures can really even get favorable enough for a decent snowfall. So, looking at the NAM model, which really shows nothing for us at all, the European model, which is basically a compromise, showing a little bit of the GFS and a little bit of the NAM, I have come up with my first snowfall map, and this is probably I'm only gonna make two. One tomorrow evening. This is really not a big system at all. I know a lot of you guys were getting excited a couple days earlier when it really looked like some areas could get a good 5-6 inches of snow, especially north and west of here, but unfortunately that is not looking like the case anymore. So without further ado, here it is. So this is my snowfall forecast for the April 7th event, and as you can see, I've been using a new software, Paint 3D. Pretty cool, right? Got some of those graphics. But anyways, this is my preliminary snowfall forecast for April 7th, 2018. In this dark blue area, I'm gonna go with a coating to an inch of snow. An inch is, in my opinion, a little bit too optimistic. I think most likely bet would be half an inch to nearing an inch of snowfall. In this light blue area, I'm going to say a dusting to half an inch. That's what I'm going with right now. That's the most likely scenario. And in this white area right here and this white area right here in southwestern Virginia and then the fringes of northern Virginia, I think you guys are going to see mostly a brief period of snow, and then that snow is out of here. You guys in northern Virginia are going to be on the extreme back edge of the precipitation shield, so you guys aren't going to see much, while temperatures will be below freezing. And temperatures will be favorable for snow. You're just not going to have the moisture. And over here, same kind of thing. The precipitation shield is just not going to be there. And then in this white area near the coast, it's just going to be too warm. You're going to have a lot of moisture, but it's going to be too warm. It's going to be rain for pretty much the entire thing. No accumulation here at all. And then if you focus on this blue area right here, in the higher elevations, I think here you could also have a coating to an inch, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are some 2 to 3 inch amounts. I forgot to include this in my map, but I think on the high end for snowfall totals in the blue area for the higher elevations, not here. Here it's going to be a coating to an inch. I'm pretty certain about that. But here, I think you could get 2 to 3 inches, especially the higher in elevation you get, because temperatures will be much below will be much cooler than areas such as Richmond, DC, and so that you might get that 10 to 1 snow ratio, and you might get a little bit high. You might get a higher snow amount, but nothing much at all. Just 2 to 3 inches. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to making another one tomorrow night, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.